Hey guys, it's Dark Architect 18 back here with another YouTube video, and today we're going to be doing the KMS Odin Tier 7 Premium Battleship, and it's also for Global XP in the store. So we're going to be going over the commander, then the modifications, the armor viewer, the stats, and then we'll be jumping into the gameplay. But before we do that, make quick service announcement. If you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. Anyways, back to the video. So we're going to be going over the commander first. So we have Adil Ciliax up here on the screen. So for our first, we have Good Day's Work, Crisscross, Firefighter, and then Properly Meticulous. And then our legendary perk is Will to Rebuild. And then inspirations, we got Franz von Hipper and Haruna. So this is a secondary build going all out with a little bit of turret traverse as well. So you're going to keep that in mind with how I'm playing that. So now we're going to look at the mods. So we have aiming systems mod 1 in the first slot. Second slot we have steering gears mod 2. Third slot we have target acquisition systems mod 1. And then in the fourth slot we have main battery mod 3. So with that, now we're going to look at the consumables. Just briefly, I'm running enhanced secondary. Technically could run any of these if you're doing a dispersion build, or if you're doing this for just fighting off fighters in the sky from the carrier, or just needing more spot potential, then use that. And then these are the stats. Just run them down really quick. And then this is the armor viewer. So we got bounce 16-inch right there, and 8-inch resist HE shells from heavy cruisers, and then battleship grade armor. So if we're looking at this, casemate, so we have that, and then bottoms, these are the armor. And then the aft decking is 32, and then there's the other one. So for this one, torpedo, side plating 32, and then the armor routs that. And then for Citadel, it's a little bit below the water, so you're going to need plunging fire for this from afar. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we have all that done, and we'll be getting into the actual gameplay relatively soon. Okay, so today we are on Shards, Domination. A couple of my buddies, Neppington and Phonebook. Neppington Malfi and Phonebook in the new campaign ship. But anyways, we're gonna just get right into the stats. So Odin, 76 rating, survivability 62,700 HP, 19 to 360 millimeters of armor, 22% torpedo damage reduction. Artillery, 87 rating, 3x3, 305 millimeter, which is 12-inch guns, 17.4 kilometer firing range, 17.6 second reload time, 28 second 180 turn time, 3,800 max HE damage, 27% fire setting chance, 9,800 max AP damage. For the secondaries, we got 6x2, 128 millimeters, 6.2 kilometers firing range, 3.3 second reload time, 1,500 max HE shell damage, 5% setting chance, 2x3, 150 millimeter secondaries as well, with 6.2 kilometer firing range, 6.9 second reload time, 1,700 max HE shell damage, 8% fire setting chance. Torpedoes, we have a 16 rating, 2x4, 533 millimeter, 90-second reload time, 180 turn times, 6 seconds, 13,700 max damage torps, 1.3 kilometer torp detectability range, 6 kilometer torp range, 64 knot top speed for the torps. AA defense, 59 rating, 4x2 20 millimeter, 17 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, 6x4 20 millimeters, 36 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, 8x2 55 millimeter, 195 average damage per second, 5 kilometer firing range, 6x2 128 millimeters, 74 average damage per second, 5.2 kilometer firing range. Maneuverability, 52 rating, 30.9 knot max speed, 790 meter turning circle radius, 11.2 second rudder shift time. Concealment, 23 rating, detectability by sea, 15.1 kilometers, 17.4 kilometer firing their main gun, 17.1 kilometer when a ship is on fire. Detectability by sea is 12.2, 18.3 kilometer when firing a main gun, 15.2 when ship is on fire, 2 kilometer guaranteed detectability, and 11.9 detectability when firing in smoke. So Tirpitz and Bismarck we're gonna compare briefly. So survivability rating for Tirpitz is 83. We have 69,300 HP, 19 to 360 millimeters armor, 22% torpedo damage reduction. Artillery, 87 rating. I'm not really going to go over the guns because they're pretty much the same for Bismarck and Tirpitz because they're both 15-inch. Secondary is pretty much the same between both of them. The secondaries obviously reach more with the Bismarck, almost by like comparing the Bismarck to the Tirpitz by like 5 kilometers. So Tirpitz like 5.8 and Bismarck's like 10.1 right now with my build. Torp rating for the Tirpitz still got 17 rating. AA defense 71 rating. Maneuverability 47 rating. Survivability rating for the Bismarck 87. Artillery is 91 rating. AA defense 77 rating. Maneuverability 41 rating. Concealment 33. And then also the concealment for the Tirpitz is 34 rating. So with that in mind, I'm actually going to go more into detail with the AA concealment and maneuverability with the Tirpitz and the Bismarck. So AA, so 12x1 20 millimeter, 36 average damage, 2 kilometer firing range. 8x4 20 millimeters, 46 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range. 8x2 23 millimeter, 21 average damage, 3.5 kilometer firing range. 8x2 105 millimeters, 134 average damage per second, 4.5 kilometer firing range. And then for the Tirpitz maneuverability as well, so that's 31.4 knot max speed, 850 meters turning circle radius, 16 second rudder shift time. For the concealment for the Tirpitz, 14.7 kilometers by sea, 17.9 kilometers after firing a main gun, 16.7 kilometers when the ship is on fire, 12.3 detectability range by air, 19.9 kilometers after firing main gun, 15.3 kilometers detectability when the ship is on fire, 2 kilometer guaranteed range, detectability 14.1 kilometer when firing in smoke. And then for the Bismarck, for the AA, 14x1 20 millimeter, 42 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, 16x4 20 millimeter, 90 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, 10x2 37 millimeter, 103 average damage with a 3.5 kilometer firing range. That'd be a long secondary range. That'd be nuts. 8x2 105 millimeter, 133 average damage per second, 4.5 kilometer firing range. Maneuverability for Bismarck 31.9 knot max speed, 850 meter turning circle radius, 16-second rudder shift time, so the same as the Tirpitz for the rudder, and the turning circle radius is the same for both ships. And they're actually longer than, if you're comparing it to the Odin, the Tirpitz and the Bismarck are 60 meters longer than the Odin, to give you a perspective. Anyways, with the concealment for the Bismarck, 15 kilometers range by sea, 19.3 kilometers firing main gun, 17 kilometers when ship is on fire, 12.3 kilometers when by air, 19.9 kilometers firing a main gun, 15.3 kilometers detectability when ship is on fire, 2 kilometer guaranteed detectability, and 14.1 kilometers detectability when firing in smoke. So with this in mind, there's a lot of similarities to the Torps, obviously to the Tirpitz, and when you're comparing it to the Odin, the AA is better on the Tirpitz and Bismarck compared to the Odin by at least 10 rating, actually 12 compared to the Tirpitz, and when comparing the AA from the Odin to the Bismarck, that's what is it? That's like 18. So there's definitely a difference in AA when you're comparing the Tier 7 counterparts. But there also is a decent difference between concealment. So 23 rating for the Odin, 47 for the Tirpitz, and the Bismarck has 33. So there's definitely, or not 47 for Tirpitz, 34, excuse me. It's not that much of a difference. I goofed and read the maneuverability rating. Silly me. But, so the Odin has a lot of good things. It has the weird torp angle, but that can be a really good thing if you got somebody sneaking up behind you, and you're going past this island or whatever, and you're using your torps on the back with the Odin. So that's a great thing with that ship. Tirpitz, you got torpedo spread kind of middle of the ship on either side. So you got 4 torps for the Odin and 4 torps for the Tirpitz. So there's that. The damage is pretty similar between the Tirpitz and Odin's torps. The firing range is probably the most difference. 17.4. I'm running full kind of brawler build with the Odin. Tirpitz, I'm running kind of a, like, what is it? A lower reload time, but slightly higher 180. So, and the health between the Odin and the Tirpitz and the Bismarck, there's a difference. So Odin has 62,700 HP, the Tirpitz has 69,300 HP, and the Bismarck has 72,730 HP. This is with the builds that I have. They're obviously different with the base stats, so keep that in mind. So yeah, talking about the game here, we have about 116,000. I've been doing a lot of kind of just pushing up from sea and then going around in a circle around most of the islands and then just going through the middle of the map. You got close quarters expert and a I forget the other medal. I think that was a first blood. So we got 3 kills. We got like 30 something odd secondary hits. We got some citadels. We got, I think, like 50 something odd shell hits. Couple fires. So pretty darn good showing for the Odin. It's kind of grown on me as I've played it more. So don't doubt it. And if you're thinking about getting it for a global XP ship, and you're one for brawling, then I'd get it if I were you. If you're comparing it to Tirpitz, though, it really depends. But that all comes down to what commanders you have highest for it and what you excel with. So go for that, whatever kind of build you're going for. Enhance that kind of build. So I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a comment down below telling me what your opinion is on the Odin and how it performs and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you don't have to put a comment if you don't want to, but be interacting in the comments below. If you do put one down, if you feel so inclined to, be great. But yeah, so we're just kind of winding down this game. We got 3.5 minutes left. We're got all 3 caps. Our team's been doing a good job, except been noticing the last 3 minutes that most of the teammates kind of been pushing back from A. So that's kind of a bummer, but you got to push up when your team needs it, and you got to hold your flanks when you need to accordingly. So yeah, so I appreciate everyone's time. Thank you for watching the video. We got more YouTube videos coming like every other week. So thank you everybody, and we'll see you in the next YouTube video. I definitely appreciate everyone's time and opinions that you're giving me down in the comments. And yeah, so this is Dark Architect 18. I am out. Thanks. Hope everyone has a good day. Peace and bye.
Yes! It's a draw!